What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Airborne here for another live stream. We got a surprise live stream, actually. I just put out a video like an hour ago talking about the new Voyager bid, which looks promising. Did a little deep dive on that. If you guys didn't catch that, go and check that video out. But I'm not going to really talk about it in this live stream. We do have a regular guest who's been on my channel. You guys all know him. Six Figs, who went to an event called Dcentralcon in Miami these past couple days. And I just wanted to bring him on here, talk about his experience. He met a lot of big crypto influencers, and I'm sure there was a lot of different networking going on that he had with multiple people. So I got some things pulled up that I wanted him to talk about, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. Before we begin, smash that thumbs up button on your way and consider subscribing if you aren't. Turn on the bell notifications so you get notified as soon as I upload a video. Again, I'm just so used to saying it now, but it's the least you guys can do to help support the channel. I make literally pennies on these videos because we're in a bear market, but I'm grinding through it. I'm documenting my crypto journey along with Six Figs, and one day maybe we'll shine. Maybe one day we'll shine. So yeah, before I bring them in here real quick, let me just share my screen, put this over to my other page. We got anyone in the comments, anyone watching right now? I know it is a Wednesday, but tomorrow I have off work, so I'll probably be up late tonight, and I drank one of those rain energy drinks. I probably shouldn't have drank almost the whole thing, so I'm pretty wired right now. It's 9:30 p.m. Eastern, but maybe I'll do a quick market overview real quick. But market is doing pretty good today. We're up, it says 0.03% now. Well, I guess it is a new daily candle that we had a couple hours ago or whatever. But market obviously pumped today. If you guys aren't tracking, Jerome Powell, I guess, spoke, and he essentially gave hints that 50 basis points is likely for December. So that inflation is going down, so on and so forth. That essentially pumped the markets today. So that's why we had a nice green day for traditional and crypto markets. Let's see what else happened today. I'm not going to go through all this. Total crypto market cap, we got that giant falling wedge on the total crypto market cap. Same thing with Bitcoin I talked about earlier. DXY was down a little bit today. Fear and greed index was down too, which didn't make any sense, even though we had a nice green day for traditional and crypto markets. And I know Six Figs talks about this massive falling wedge that we've had. I've been tracking it. We literally are on the tail end of this right now, from the all-time high for this trend line going all the way back to the middle of July 2021 during that mini bear market we had for a couple months. But we have this massive falling wedge going on right now, and we're on the tail end of it. We are out of this trend line. Even though on the daily for this past day, we're above it, I'd like to see the next couple days be green, closing above this trend line here from the all-time high of November of 2021. So at least if we have that, that'll be good and bullish for the crypto markets. Going over the 4-hour chart, we did close at least green above this trend line. So hopefully we can use this trend line here that we had for the Bitcoin all-time high back in November 2021. We can use this as a support now. But I mean, we're due for a nice uptrend. We've been in a bear market for over a year right now. So that's pretty much it. All I have for you guys for the quick market overview. And before I bring Six Figs in here, again, if you guys aren't familiar, there was what's called Dcentralcon in Miami. It was looks like a 2-day event from November 28th, 29th in downtown Miami. I've been to Miami a couple times. I really like it. I love the vibes. It's kind of like they compare it to like an East Coast or a West Coast LA. Lots of money, drug money probably most likely, but it's a big crypto friendly city. The mayor is into crypto, all that type of stuff. They always have lots of different conventions. I actually think they have another convention, which a lot of the influencers that were at this conference, I believe, are going to one. I think it's tomorrow in the second. I think it's like this women in crypto conference that's going on too. So I think they're going to be having that going on as well. But it's the big crypto conference. I guess over 5,000 attendees, multi-chain, different events, creative speakers and tracks, just big networking event. I fortunately couldn't go. I really want to go to one of these because I've been working my tail off at my new job. I've been doing logistics. It's peak season. So they had some big people there. Timbaland, I didn't know he was there. Six Figs, you're going to talk about him. Was he actually talking, or was he like performing or whatever? But man, I haven't heard him in a while. Crypto Wendy-O, we all know her. She was there. see some people I haven't really heard of. I know BitBoy was there. Who else? A bunch of different peoples. John Havis, Avalanche. I've heard of him. He was on one of our old Voyager meetup thing, not meetup things, but one of our education sessions that we had months and months and months ago. So yeah, a lot of big speakers. I bet a lot of good networking went on, a lot of good content, and I'm really excited to hear Six Fig stories. So before we bring them in, actually, let's bring them in now. We got Strike in the comments. What's going on, man? How's it going? How's it going? I'll bring Six Figs in here.
What's up, man? What's up?
How's it going?
It's going good. About yourself?
I'm doing good, man. I got tomorrow off.
Nice.
You know, I only got about 2 more weeks of this craziness at my job for the peak season, and it's been crazy. Luckily, I do work the morning shift, so I kind of get off at around that 4 or 5 o'clock time frame, and I don't have to stay late like some of the other guys because they just got to keep going until the last package gets there. But a good day off. I'm in a good mood. I'm wired right now, so I just figured I'd try to keep up with the grind and my crypto side hustle.
Yeah, man. It's a good thing to just maintain, man. I think hopefully we're gonna be seeing this bear market start to kind of turn around because, like you mentioned, it's been over a year now since we've hit those all-time highs. I think it's due.
Yeah,
I think the time is due.
Definitely. So I knew you were telling me about this about a month ago or so, and you really didn't post much about it on Twitter. I mean, you did a couple tweets and here and there. Did you end up vlogging it at all? Did you take any footage, or no?
No. I didn't. I took some pictures. I took some video. I'll probably whip up a little video for my channel, but I mean, it was nothing like crazy. I just wanted to just go through, experience everything without recording a bunch of stuff, and we're just so pressed with time, and I traveled light. So
how's the weather? Because I know you said it was like snowing where you're at when you came back to, and Miami's like 70-80 degrees all year round.
84 degrees the last few days down there, sunny. It was like perfect weather, like barely any humidity, and then it was
it's the best time.
6 inches of snow I came home to today, and it was like, damn, So yeah, I mean, it was all right. I don't mind the cold weather, but man, Miami is like the spot to be.
And that was your first time, right? Ever in Miami?
To Miami, yeah.
Now, where was the actual conference?
What's that?
Where was the actual conference? Was it in like South Beach, or was it like on the inland, like by the
airport? So it was right over by like FTX Arena, which if you know where South Beach is directly the conference center was directly west from South Beach across the bay on the mainland there at like the James L. Knight Conference Center. It was pretty sweet.
Nice. Did you get to travel out, like go to other places? I know the one famous part's that Wynwood. You know, the art and the graffiti. There's a big popular part like in North Miami I've been to before. Did you get a chance to check that out at all?
No. We just basically stayed in like South Beach, ripped up the coast a little bit to the hotel, and just went to the conference. Kind of played around in downtown.
Did you get any good food? Any good Cubans?
Yeah. We got some. We didn't really. Let's see here. You know what? We didn't really have time to go find a bunch of crazy places to eat. There was one good restaurant we ate at, but I was kind of disappointed I didn't get to hit like some authentic Cuban places and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I was only in town for 2 days. So
2 days, man. Miami, you could spend a whole week there exploring and stuff. Right. I mean, I've been there probably like 7-8 times when I lived in Florida. It was like a 2.5-3 hour drive from Tampa area, and I've always enjoyed it. And it's crazy because you go to certain parts that are real Hispanic, and you feel like you're like, I remember going to Wynwood the one time, and we went to like a gelato place or ice cream place, and the dudes just spoke Spanish. And I mean, I could speak Spanish a little bit to get by. And you go to certain areas, you feel like you're in like, Mexico or like in the islands or wherever, like Dominican. It's crazy. But the culture is awesome there, man. Like,
Yeah.
I like the food, the people are real laid back and stuff. I mean, as long as you don't veer off and you go to the bad areas, like in every city, but usually like the touristy areas and stuff are real nice.
Yeah, you got to stay out of Liberty City. That's where they made Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
I mean, literally. So stay out of Liberty City, and
for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it was good. It was good. It's just the one thing that's cool about Miami is just the concentration of wealth in such a small area. There's one of my friends that works for this writing or this journal called fastblocks.com. He's got a sweet like oceanside condo.
Oh wow.
And we hung out there for a few hours one night. He's like, oh yeah, pointing across the bay, there's J-Lo's house, there's so and so's house, like just right across the bay from him. It was pretty wild, you know, walking by $10 million yachts, just chilling.
Yeah, I saw your tweet here.
Yeah, that was it. That's a 9.3 mil.
It doesn't even look that big. It must have a bunch of like decked out stuff inside of it or something, or it's super fast.
Yeah. It's the picture that picture doesn't do it justice.
I know.
That thing is like I don't know, at least I don't know. It was huge. Like that's all I can say. It was huge. I looked up the price on it. It was crazy. Yeah, that is what she said.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, other than that, you know, I wasn't initially planning on going to this conference. Crypto Wendy, I was talking to her one day and she was like, hey, are you going to Dcentralcon? I said, oh no. And so she was like cool enough to hook me up with a ticket. So then I just ended up going.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I mean, I was pretty thankful for that.
So did you end up getting to meet her or whatnot? I didn't see any pictures.
Yeah. No, okay. No, I did end up meeting her and hanging out with her briefly.
So how is she in real life? Is she just like she is like? Is she just like she is like on camera, like same type of? Because you know, like when you meet people or you see people like you and I, not like we're anything, but like big crypto influencers or anyone famous, they sometimes act different than their like persona online or whatever. Like was she kind of the same as you perceive her? Like,
yeah, she was super chill, down to earth. Yeah, she was super busy, so I didn't get to spend like a whole lot of time, but it was nice to at least get to meet her after, you know,
yeah,
kind of being in touch with her for the last year. But awesome. You know, got to meet up with BitBoy. I was pissed because I couldn't. He invited me to dinner with them last night, but I had to go to the airport to catch my flight.
Oh wow.
So he's coming up to Minneapolis here soon, so I'll be able.
What's going on? You guys got a conference up there or something?
He's doing his book tour.
Oh, I didn't even know he was writing a book.
Yeah, he wrote a book. It's pretty sweet. I ordered it. We'll see what it's about. But
how was he? Was he kind of like
cool, super chill, man? Nicest guy in the whole world. I mean, super nice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have one bad thing to say about the guy.
Yeah.
He was
I know
awesome.
I used to talk crap about him back in the day because he used to shill everything or whatever, but I think he's kind of like, you know, people grow as they are within social media and whatever. So like now he doesn't shill any projects or whatever. And there's all the, you know, the stuff out there. And I think one of the tweet threads, this guy was posting all this stuff and how much he charges and whatnot. But it's business. Like it's business is business. And now I think he's learned after everything that's been happened. I'm sure a lot of people's, you know, mindsets have changed that he doesn't take any paid stuff anymore.
No, he doesn't.
We're living and we're growing as a crypto community in a crypto space that, like, you know, your reputation's on the line, but you know what I mean? I think that's kind of like, so I've kind of gained a little bit more respect for him and everything. Just like, you know, as an influencer, especially as he's one of the largest too. Especially with him trying to do all the crazy stuff with SBF and going to the Bahamas and just all that type of stuff is crazy.
Yeah, he's been like just killing it, man. Just insane. It's like every day, every couple days, like new stuff comes out that he's releasing. And like, I don't know. I'm just, I'm so thankful that he was able to go ahead and really start, get that ball rolling on FTX. And, I'm glad FTX collapsed before Voyager was acquired.
Yeah.
Because everybody in Voyager would be screwed. And what FTX was doing down in like the Bahamas, aside from like all their shady stuff, is they were creating little shell companies down there. And what was happening was they were buying up real estate with the FTX money, and under these shell companies, they're buying up some of the stuff, real estate. So when FTX gets hosed here, the regulators and stuff can't come for those other companies because they're separate companies.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh,
Yeah,
man,
it's crazy.
It's just like,
and then there's all this stuff coming out with, I don't want to get too off topic, but then there was like an interview or something with SBF saying how he only has like $100,000 left in his bank account, but who knows how much crap he's got hidden in storage or whatever. It's like the media, the fake news, they're trying to make him out to be like they're trying to twist it like he's okay, and he's like he's not afraid to go to jail, or I don't know what's going on. This is like the craziest thing that's happening. Like he thinks he's protected from whatever elitists or whoever is behind it or behind him.
Yeah, and he is protected down in the Bahamas right now. And that's the biggest thing is all the Bahamas authorities and politicians have been getting campaign, donations through SBF. They've been, a week before FTX collapsed, they donated new computers and stuff to the police departments and stuff. That's like
crazy.
It's just the level of, the Bahamas is fairly corrupt, and it's unfortunate. It's a great spot if you're going to be pulling shady stuff like this. To do business. It just is.
And now, isn't BitBoy supposed to interview SBF sometime or do a Twitter Spaces soon? When's that supposed to happen?
Soon. I'm not sure. It's within the next 2 weeks, if I recall.
So, within the next 2 weeks, it says it here. He's blocked him on Twitter. So okay, that'll be interesting. I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be interesting. And I think SBF is supposed to be on some other show. The other guy that Mario Narfall.
Yeah, or whatever. Or Nafal. Mario Nafal.
Yeah, I don't know when that is.
Yeah, so that is tomorrow at 4.
Okay.
I don't know. You'll have to figure out what time zone.
5 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, so 4 p.m. Central. And
that'll be interesting.
That's going to be interesting. I have a feeling that there's going to be a lot of softballs thrown. And, with Twitter Spaces, Sam's probably going to have his dad or his parents listening, and they're going to write on a piece of paper, don't answer the question, or, they'll censor it as much as they can. But I think that, when it comes down to like all this stuff with like the New York Times and like all these other journals and news media outlets, like they're just running these really light pieces on Sam Bankman, and it's his parents that are actually running these articles and stuff. So it's crazy. And one of the people in bed with the New York, or with Sam Bankman and all these people, is a guy by the name of Andrew Sorkin. And this guy has been connected with a bunch of like bad actors and like this media group that is like a very pay to play media group where if you hand them X amount of money, they will write whatever you want.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're very corrupt.
That's crazy.
I don't know. It is what it is though, right?
Yeah. All right. I don't want to get too off topic because we could have a whole video on that. So the other thing that happened, one of my favorite astronomy, crypto people, whoever you want to call her, is Marin Altman. And she's all about you know me with the full moon, the new moon, and how it like affects the markets and astronomy. She predicted apparently the Trump Biden presidential election. She predicted the fall of FTX a week prior to, with all of her astronomy stuff. She's predicting there's going to be big regulations. The United States are probably going to get regulation clarity in May of next year is her prediction. She was at the conference, and before she posted this video and I watched it and I was like, is that six figs there? So I'll show a quick clip, like 30 seconds of it.
Yeah.
But this is like BitBoy apparently, I guess, going off. There's a whole backstory I'm sure Six Figs explain here, but this is just like a 1 minute clip of this essentially this girl who's sitting right next to Six Figs, which he didn't even tell me, but I saw him. But I'll just play it real quick and you guys can listen in. Just give me a second. So I gotta mute my mic.
Say anything that I want to say about somebody, and it's okay. I don't have to present real evidence. All I have to do is make an accusation that she's extorting people and investing money, and people accept it as true because I'm making a tweet. That's the problem. That's the problem with Web2.
Why don't you try that then, right? Try that.
That's what you're doing to me right now.
Please try that.
Let's just be honest for a second, though.
Yes, go ahead.
You sued FTT too.
No, it's not.
It happened.
Guys.
We're not here to cause.
So are you saying that I got paid? Are you saying I got paid? Are you saying that I got paid by FTT?
We all make mistakes.
Are you saying that I got paid by FTX? Excuse me, sir. I'm asking you a question. Are you, when you say the word shill, do you mean that I was paid to promote that token? What that? Okay, so what you're saying is.
Wait, maybe this wasn't the right clip. Was it real quick? I swear this was.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's
go.
It is. I'm pretty sure it's the right clip.
If anyone wants
Go ahead,
it was this one.
Go to Google and search his for BitBoy scam.
Here's Six Figs right here, guys.
Yeah, I got the white shirt on, and I'll tell you everything about this.
You are not the father.
We don't need fathers. We are women. We don't need a father.
This is about women now? We're very strong. Let me tell you, you lose.
There's Six Figs just sitting there all awkward, like, oh my God, get this lady away
Dude,
from
it was
me.
terrible.
You lose. You lose. Period.
I'm sorry. Just because you think someone loses doesn't mean they lose. And I'm sorry.
I think is this person a loser?
I'm sorry, I need a copy of the guidance. I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah. Okay. Well, why are you there interrupting? Why?
I'm sorry, even I was up on the stage.
Yeah. You what?
Even I was up on the stage. Even I'm a bloody speaker here.
Who are
But
you?
you know what? I didn't go and fucking scam people.
I love
That's the
Okay.
difference.
All right. Hey, listen.
No.
We love that shit here. We really do.
Right? If you haven't given the mic,
And then she gets up there and is like, I can't believe they let her this far. Do you think she was planted? I was just thinking
No.
conspiracy stuff. Or is she just a random crazy person?
No,
that-
I'll let you guys know. I'll tell you everything you need to know after the clip.
All right, hold up.
oh, please, like,
Just explain what happened.
no,
Notice your
guys,
Take your 10 seconds. You know what? This is the most
go
thing
and check all the things that he has done.
No one needs.
Check it. Where's the evidence? Let's hear it.
Oh yeah, and this dude in the front row right here. What is he wearing? Like some VR, AR weird headset?
Yeah, I'll tell you about him too.
There's so much going on in this clip. I was like, Six Fig. I'm like, who's this guy? I know.
You had to be there, dude. It was
my God.
wild.
Where's the evidence? Yeah, give the evidence. Yeah, don't give give the evidence. This is your moment. Prove baby. Show me a media sheet. Show me a media sheet and say that's evidence.
All right, let's go and see, right? So guys, we can just go and check all the evidence posted by Zach XP.
A thread from a year ago.
Zach, it doesn't matter whether it's a year ago, right?
Yeah, no, hold on. When you do
Please
this.
go and check all the evidence.
Okay, so you're a child
Zach
molester.
XP.
You're a child molester. You're a child molester.
Okay, can you let me complete now?
No, I don't have to back it up with evidence.
Fine.
See something that I said.
You know what?
This woman is a child molester. She's a murderer. She's a murderer.
Look at you, you're shaking. You know when people shake? Those are psychological evidences. You know when you're wrong, you
No,
shake.
it's
You shake.
basis accusations.
No, it's not basis. Okay, you know what? You
So so someone can tweet
So why-
something. So someone can
it's
tweet
not
something.
tweet.
It's accurate.
It's not. Oh, he has
Present it.
posted one.
Present it. Present it. Right here.
Let's
Right
go
in
and
front of
check,
Hey,
guys.
right back. Hey.
So you can hear people. I can hear. I was eavesdropping. It's like he's shaking, like his adrenaline, like he's getting
Yeah,
amped
that's a-
up, or he's amped up on coffee too. And the people in the background were saying, they're like, I'm shaking, and I'm not even there. The guy that was recording that video probably.
My adrenaline was going. He was shaking because his adrenaline was bumping, dude.
Oh yeah.
So here's the deal. I was here. I was at this panel. I was there for the entire session, 10 minutes before it started, 5 minutes after it ended, right? And so, what we're seeing here is like a little 2 or 3 minute clip of about an hour and 45-minute time frame. And so I'm going to walk this thing all the way back here. And so this panel was like a dream team of like people that are into crypto on Twitter. Altcoin Daily, the two brothers that run that, they were up there.
Mhm.
Crypto Crow, have you ever heard of him?
Oh yeah, Cardano,
Yeah,
dude. The guy's like 7 feet tall.
He was, dude, he was there. Zombie Crypto.
Crypto Zombie.
Crypto Zombie, I'm sorry. J Chains.
Really? I'm
Yep.
surprised he was there.
Yeah, Zombie was there. And then a BitBoy, of course, a guy by the name of Tom Crown, and then that Marin Altman.
Yep, I've heard of him. Yep, I've heard of all of them.
Yeah, so it was like, dude, a killer panel. And I forgot what the topic exactly was. It was, it was the topics were kind of like industry standards, ethics, and things like that. It was like one of the most hard conversations I've heard like in my life, dude. It was insane.
Was it recorded anywhere where we can watch it?
I that's what I'm trying to find out too.
Okay.
I think the
I'd love to hear
Dcentralcon, I think the Dcentralcon recorded it all.
Okay.
Because they had like some cameras in the back and stuff. So somebody out there has the full recording. The problem was once things got heated is when all the phones came out.
Mm-hmm.
And so you don't see, like I said, this was an hour and 45-minute long session. And so I'm sitting up on the front row, right? And minding my own business. Marcos was sitting next to me. He had to go take a piss or something. Some other dude came and sniped his seat. So he was kind of standing off to the side.
Mm-hmm.
Then there was this open seat that was right next to me. And all of a sudden I see this bitch come walking through the frickin' doors. And I was like, I could tell something was off with her. And then I was like, well, she was a speaker on some like NFT platform or stage that was downstairs, but she came in and I can read people. I've spent years studying body behavior and stuff like that. And I could tell she was coming in
just
like,
to attack
to fight.
him.
Yeah. I could tell she was coming in with a chip on her shoulder. All right. Something threw me off. Then she sat there and then I was like, okay, whatever. And then she just kind of interrupted the whole entire program. And she just got up and just started screaming and going wild, dude. Like I was about to throw her ass out. And so then
so from the time that she walked in to sitting next to you, did she sit there like for 5-10 minutes, or did she immediately walked in, sat down, and just started attacking him?
So she kind of came in, she walked in, door slams behind her. The session was like 45 minutes already into it. And then, maybe we were an hour into it. Like it was a sick panel, man. And she sits down like within 3 to 5 minutes. She just stand up and starts hurling insults. It just, dude, like she was the saltiest person in the whole entire world. And it's unfortunate because everybody else was there to consume the knowledge and content of all these people that were on stage and take part in a discussion. It was like a town hall meeting. Somebody even said this is like a town hall meeting. And this lady just came in and completely destroyed all the momentum. She was super inconsiderate. It was I couldn't believe it, and she was getting so wild.
Were
that
people yelling at her and stuff like to get out in the background after that, or were they just letting her go?
I mean, I don't recall. I don't recall.
Because she went up there, they like gave her the mic to talk, and then that's
Yeah.
kind of like that's the end that I saw
Yeah.
online.
So what happened was, so once she started going buck wild, I start seeing everybody start whipping out their cameras and turn them my way. I'm out of here. And so I got up and I went and stood alongside the wall because you know what? Fuck that. I'm not about to have people think that I'm associated with this chick because she was buck wild. It's just super inconsiderate. She's an asshole.
Yeah.
And so she went on to make a bunch of these statements about like people on the panel hurling insults, and she was slinging them out at BitBoy. And the thing about BitBoy and why he said that, because he called her out and he's like, this is a child molester and a murderer or something like that.
Yeah, where did he get that from?
So he went on to make a point, which I don't think you even see the footage after the fact, but when he said that, he went on to say that, one of the biggest problems we have in society and online for information is that people can just make these ridiculous claims, not get any consequences or even need to provide factual information for other people to consume it or believe it. And what you don't see is the part right after all of this. Security was coming in and trying to take this lady out of here. She was going that wild. And BitBoy was like, hey, keep her here, leave her here, And then, BitBoy, once things kind of calmed down, BitBoy did a good job of explaining that, what I just said. And then he's like, the importance of spreading, factual, information with evidence is extremely important. And we all, and then BitBoy went on to say, of course, she's not a child molester or a murderer.
Was she still in the room when he said that, or did she like peace out?
No, she stayed for the entire thing till the end.
What's her name?
I don't know.
Did they ever find out?
I could find out, but
I guarantee she's got some following on Twitter.
I don't know, man.
I'll get her on the channel.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll rip her a new one. But the other thing, like everybody's traveled for this main event, and it's like, how dare her to interrupt everyone else's time with these people that they traveled to see this main event. How dare her to do that? There was one guy that traveled like 26 hours from New Zealand for that main stage.
Was that the keynote like panel? Or was that like a keynote?
Yeah, that was like the main event, like on day 2.
Okay.
And it was like, this poor guy flew 26 hours to be there for that moment, and she took that from him. And took it from everybody else sitting in there. And it was, I wish she would have never came in the room. I wish she would have just handled that privately with BitBoy or whatever. I mean, he's an easy guy to get a hold of at these conventions. He's walking around. It could have
Does he have security? Did he have like security?
He's got his own security. Yeah, he's got his own security and stuff like that. And the whole situation is I just want to point out, wait till Dcentralcon releases the full video before passing judgment on like all these little small 2 or 3 minute, 5 minute, 10-minute clips you're seeing. Once you see the whole discussion, it like makes sense. But it is what it is.
So what else? So whatever. That lasted like maybe 10, 15 minutes, or was it like
that lasted like
30
half an hour.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that went on for like a half hour, 35, 40 minutes.
Wow. That's pretty dude.
Sucks.
I'm surprised they let her stay in there.
Well, there was 5 security guards that were right there that were one of them was trying to get her out, and BitBoy had intervened,
Yeah.
and he said, no, don't take her out. That's not how we do things. We'll hash this out, and I don't know.
That's crazy.
I tell you what, my adrenaline was going. This was one of those experiences where, like, there's no way to feel what was going on in this room. It was like one of the most electric environments I've ever been in.
Yeah.
The atmosphere was lit, dude.
It didn't even seem like there was that many people in there. Like, as a whole, like from the convention standpoint, was there a lot of people? Like, it said 4,000 attendees, but for that main thing, that room wasn't that big. Like,
no.
Was it kind of a smaller event, would you say?
No, so there was at that time there was probably 4 or 5 other so there was like a bunch of other stages, like maybe 4 or 5 or 6 other stages, if I recall. And so they're always having speakers running simultaneously.
Okay.
So there was probably a bunch of people over at the main stage where Crypto Wendy was, things like that. And it was just one of those things. But yeah, there was a good turnout there. I don't know if there was 4,000 people there.
Yeah.
I guess I haven't heard any attendance numbers, but there was quite a bit of people there. I mean, there was people all over the place.
Did you get a lot of free stuff? Like, was there vendors and stuff, like trying to promote like a vendor section?
Yeah. So Dcentralcon is one of these conventions where it's mainly just like, at least this year, it was mainly just like a bunch of projects that we're building. And it was all these panels. So there might have been 100 vendors, something like that, 50 to 100 vendors. And there was, I was kind of surprised. And I was talking to Marcos about this too. I was kind of surprised that there was really no blockchains there. I would have liked to see.
Who was there? Was Nervos Network there? Was ICP there? Was like Polygon? Like
nothing. There wasn't one blockchain there.
Which
was strange. It was strange because they had leadership from Cadena there. They had leadership from Avalanche there. He was a big douche, by the way.
Yep. Oh yeah. Nope. He was on our VGX Heroes not hangout, but one of our like Wednesday things that we used to do, the education spaces.
Yeah.
He came off like,
oh dude,
Avalanche is the best. Yeah.
Dude,
he was good vibes.
He was a big dick.
Yep.
And I'll tell you guys another thing. So there were these 2 I forgot what their names were. One, I think they were like, I don't know what projects they were from. But they had people from like H-Bar there, like Polygon there. And there was 2 other guys. One of them was from Ukraine, and then the other one was from Russia. And Crypto Wendy was moderating. So they had like all these beanbags out. There's got to be a video of this somewhere. And like, dude, I thought these 2 were gonna start fighting. But
the Ukrainian and the Russian guy?
Yeah, dude. And so what happened was the Russian dude, not the Russian guy's fault that Russia's going to war with freaking Ukraine. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But the Russian guy has his project based in Russia, right? And apparently his project is, the Ukrainian guy had a bunch of beef with this guy running this project out of Russia still, because taxes are being paid to Russia, that is financing this war against the Ukrainian guy's country. Okay, I totally get that. And I just, my point is, I want to make my stance clear. I'm against this whole Russian invasion of Ukraine. But the Ukrainian guy was getting very buck wild with the Russian guy. And man, like they were they were starting to like hurl insults and stuff at each other. And like Crypto Wendy had to step in, dude. And she did not let any of that fly. She put her foot down, dude.
It's like her Twitter spaces that I randomly stumble upon late at night with Hotep. Was he there, the Hotep dude? Those are some good Twitter spaces. I like listening to those. It's like real talk.
Yeah, no, they're legit.
Was he there? That Hotep, whatever his name is? It's like your co-host on those.
I'm not sure if he was there or not. there was 2 conventions back to back. So there was Dcentralcon, and then there was Women in Web3. So Dcentralcon ended yesterday. What's today?
30th.
Wednesday?
Yeah.
Is today Wednesday? Okay.
Mhm.
So Wednesday, so it ended, Dcentralcon was Monday, Tuesday, and then Women in Web3 was today and tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, because I remember seeing that. So they probably all just flew down to Miami for a week.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of them flew in on Tuesday,
Mhm.
and so they could attend Dcentralcon that Tuesday, attend Women in Web3 on Wednesday or whatever.
Nice. God, I
but
want to
yeah.
go to one of these conferences so bad.
Mhm.
Like networking wise, did you meet a lot of people? Like connections wise, like for your channel and stuff? Like how did that go? You guys exchange contact with whoever? Like any new people? I'm curious.
So yeah, I connected with a lot of people, man. Definitely did.
Any big crypto people that
Yeah,
gave
there
you
was
like some time?
yeah, there was some bigger channels and stuff that I was able to connect with. A UFC fighter, which is pretty cool. I'm just looking here. I mean, yeah. Oh, this news journalist gal, I connected with her. You know, so it was pretty. You know, it was pretty legit.
Nice.
The connections are so easy to be made.
Yeah, I'm trying to like. How was it set? Was it kind of like just a conference where? And I've been to some of them before, where it's like we have like, was it like workshops or just kind of like not workshops, but just like you had different rooms within the conferences, and if okay, this one's NFTs, this is this person, they're talking about this concept. Was there any like break time networking sections where they had like happy hours, cocktails, where like you guys could just go hang out and just network type of thing?
They might have. They had like a lunch hour. Where people could kind of break.
Like, was there a bar and stuff like at lunch?
Yeah, there's like a restaurant and a bar like right there.
Okay.
I guess I wasn't.
I should have
didn't
been there,
partake
man.
in
I would have went and talked to everybody.
Yeah, no, it was cool.
Yeah,
man.
we got to go to one. We got to meet up.
Mhm.
Well, I'm going to the Bitcoin conference. I know that.
Yeah.
That's set in stone.
When is that? Do you know?
May, I think.
Oh yeah,
April or
okay.
May. I still got to book. I got the tickets. I just got to book the hotel and the flight like ASAP.
Yeah,
probably sometime. But that's straight Bitcoin maxis. But
Mhm.
from all the people that I've met that have gone there, those are like the brightest minds and the like OG crypto people. And
Sure.
just another good networking event. And I got some friends from the Voyager community and a lot of Bitcoin people that I know that are going to that. So that'll be fun and interesting to go to.
Yeah, right.
You gonna go?
No. I'll pass. I mean, Bitcoin's cool and stuff. You know, April, May. I don't know. We'll see. Is it in Miami?
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll go then.
Yeah. If anything,
Let's
it gives us an excuse to leave the family and hang out and see each other for 2 days or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. We'll
something
see
to
where
think
the
about.
market's at. If the market's banging, you know, I'll swing by.
Sounds good.
I'll swing
So
by.
I don't want to go too long. Maybe we'll go for another 15 minutes or so. But like out of the whole convention, like your whole experience there, what was the best thing that you got out of it? Like, was there certain workshops that you went to where you heard something that like you're like, wow, I would not hear this online or YouTube? But was it the networking? Like, what was the biggest takeaway from your perspective? Even Marcos, I wanted to have Marcos on here, but he has to work, unfortunately, here soon.
Yeah.
Like from you guys, just we're nobodies. We're just small crypto people, YouTubers. What was your biggest takeaway? What was the best thing that you say that came about that whole convention?
Yeah. So if I had to highlight one thing, it would just be the open discussion that happens on these panels. And there was several times where we would just hop into like a panel and not really be interested in the topic. And we'd sit there and just start listening. And then it's just like you get sucked in because the people up on stage are like premier subject matter experts in this field. And they're really able to deliver some great information. I would say across the board, you know, and if you didn't like something, you could always go jump to a different session. across the board, just that whole experience from an educational standpoint, and just listening to these people talk about where the industry is, things like that, was amazing to just hear that technical aspect. But the the absolute networking was sick too.
Yeah.
That
would be my biggest thing, because
Yeah.
we're all online. We're all crypto. We're all crypto Twitter. But whenever you go to these events, and I've only gone to a handful of actual crypto events. I've gone to local ones here in Philly, NFT Philly, and I've met some awesome people.
Yeah.
Like at least locally, but these big ones, I want to network with as many people as we can, because we're still so early in this crypto space. And like the people that are networking now, I think 5-10 years from now, we're never going to regret any of this stuff. It's just
right.
This is the future.
Yeah.
This is like the mid-90s. This is the early internet adoption, but this is like Web 3. This is the next step of the technological, I think, phase of our lives.
Yeah, definitely. And I think we're still early. I do remember BitBoy gave this great speech on where he thought crypto adoption was, because that was one of the topics that everybody was kind of talking about before that crazy lady rushed in. And he made a great point. He said, he's like, I think we're way past the being super early part of crypto, but he's like, I don't know how much longer we have left until we might only have a few more bull runs left before where we see these huge returns come in. And the speaker, or somebody asked him, the moderator asked him, they said, well, what's going to be some catalysts to really propel these markets to the next level? And he's like, well, we're seeing all these countries start to adopt Bitcoin. He's like, so once these countries start dumping their money in over the next 5-10 years, we're going to just see this hopefully climb. I don't know, man. It's just stuff like that where, examples like that. I mean, I could just feed you like one after another. But it was good, man. It was just good to meet people. I've been working with BitBoy now for the last month and a half, 2 months. I've been, kind of friendly with Crypto Wendy since February. And, I message these people a lot, and it was just good to get some FaceTime with them, say hi. I don't know.
Now you kind of like solidify your relationship, because you actually met each other. So you get that,
I feel like it did. Yeah. That's just one of a great, and then all these other people that you meet too. It's just a great experience to,
Did Crypto Wendio or BitBoy say anything about like networking with you at all? Like, hey, we want you to, or are they just kind of like meet and greet type of thing? Because I know they have like a kind of like a circle of friend groups. I don't know how that works. I mean,
yeah. They're cool. I mean,
I'm just curious, like as big as BitBoy is, like how does he, like his information, his network, which is like how the networking aspect occurs.
Yeah, you just got to, I think the biggest thing with like a lot of these people is, you just got to find a way to get yourself in front of them in a positive light. They'll catch on. I mean, it's just kind of the way it is.
Yeah.
It just is. Like, I don't know. You just, it's super cool to get to meet them, because you watch them on YouTube all the time or whatever. And but yeah, no, it was. I would highly recommend Dcentralcon. It's the only crypto conference I've been to. So I mean, I can't compare it to others. Right? That was it. So
that's crazy.
Yeah. So it was just one of those things where, doesn't
it make you want to go to more and more?
Oh,
because after the first couple I've been to, it's like,
I'm
like
addicted.
When I went to the NFT Philly one, I went in there just because I don't know any groups around here where I live that are just like, there's meetups, there's nothing. Because Philly is a pretty big city. I just went on meetup.com and they're like, oh, NFT Philly. Then there's the Twitter group. And I just went to like this like Vesper nightclub randomly. And I met all these people. I met the NFT Philly host, like who started it. I met a couple guys that have these big NFT projects, Splinterlands. It's
Cool.
They've got like 60,000 followers on Twitter. I didn't even realize it. I was
Wow.
talking to a dude for a long time. Another dude who's has an NFT project that I'm a part of. Oh man, just it's crazy the networking aspect of it. And then they asked me to come speak at one of their events. I was like, why do you want me to come speak? So it's just, I don't know. I try to start local. That's like the only thing around me. But if you have a chance to go to these bigger conventions, Bitcoin conference, I'd highly recommend it. Like, I don't know any other conferences coming up. It's like hard. There's not like a place where you can really go except if you just kind of like search it on Twitter.
Yeah. I'm not sure where a good website is where you can find all these conferences and stuff like that. But
we should start around. I mean,
yeah,
we're nobody, but
wouldn't be a
maybe
bad
not
idea.
now. Maybe like in a year. I don't know. You never know. It's
Rash Cream Conference, baby.
Yeah, that's crazy.
We'll be at the front door passing out little bottles of lotion.
Oh man.
Yeah, so no, it was a good experience, man. Like I said, Dcentralcon's legit. I think there'll probably be more people next year or whenever the conferences are held during bull markets. I think you're going to see a lot more people there. So if you're looking for more interaction, maybe the bull market's the time for you to go. Looking for bear market action with less people, there you go. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But
got any final thoughts or anything about the whole conference you'd like to share with everyone?
Yeah, not really, man. Just it was a good experience.
Fun.
Recommend it. Hope
How's
you can come to
Marcos?
the next one.
He'll probably watch
great.
this.
Yeah, he's good, man. Fun guy to hang out with. We ended up just splitting a hotel room. We had like a three bed hotel room. Like
you guys shared a king size bed?
No. No, there's
where'd you stay? Were you at like a nice hotel, or were you just kind of like at a
we had
Marriott or whatever?
Some place just up the beach.
Expensive. Okay.
Yeah, we were at some place up the beach. It was a nice little penthouse, 7 floors up. We had a great view of the beach and the ocean. Had the windows open the entire time, and just slept so good. Just listening to the waves crash and all that fresh sea air coming in.
Yeah,
this can't beat it, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I like Miami a lot, man. I lived in Florida for 3.5 years on the Tampa side. It's definitely different vibes.
Yeah.
Compared to the West and the East Coast, well, the Gulf Coast and the ocean side or whatever. Miami's is like its own thing,
dude.
Compared to Florida, like it's I don't know. Tampa and Sarasota, where I'm at, a lot of retired older folks, and it's a little bit more laid back.
Yeah.
But I mean, Tampa is kind of an up and coming crypto area. They've been holding some crypto conferences there. The mayor I know is crypto friendly. So just Florida in general, I like Florida a lot.
Nice.
But I don't know. We'll see. I'll be down for the Bitcoin conference. Like I said, I don't know. Then I got to do some research and see when there's like another conference. But we definitely got to meet up or fly wherever and take a weekend. I mean, definitely after the new year. Definitely not by the end of the year. I'm going to be swamped with work. But come January, February, March, April, when things start to slow down, I'm hoping to get back to more videos, do more crypto stuff, and getting out and meeting people and networking and all that type of stuff.
Yeah. It'll be a lot easier once the bull markets and swing again too.
And when that comes back, because we're doing all this during the bear market. Like a lot of people disappear. We're regularly making uploads over the past year. Sometimes big crypto influencers disappear. They just are clickbaiting just for views and all that type of stuff. But I mean, like I said earlier in the video, when I first started the video, this is our crypto journey. I don't know where this is taking us, but we're believers in this and the technology and where things are headed. We're just documenting it, and it'll be fun to just look back on this in 5-10 years if YouTube's still around or whatever, and just look back when we're sitting in our yachts, hopefully down in Miami.
I hope, man. I hope.
All right. So if you don't have anything else left, we got about 5 minutes coming up on the hour. Let's do some Bitcoin TA. We got to end it on that. I want to see your expert Bitcoin opinion about everything, because that runs the market. We have the big falling wedge. We had the green Jerome Powell pump, 50 basis points. You want to
All
do some
right.
Bitcoin TA for
All
like
right.
3 minutes?
I'm gonna send you an invoice though. No, yeah, I'll share my screen here in just a second. Here we
I'm still
go.
wired, dude. I drank that energy drink. It's
Oh, did you?
10:30 my time. I'm probably not going to sleep till like 1 a.m. So if you guys want to hang out after, maybe I'll be on TikTok later. I'll go live or something. But
Yeah. So I mean,
what's Bitcoin doing right now?
so right now we're sitting at about 17.1 ish, somewhere in there. I'm just going to pull this up on the daily. I'd like to watch Bitcoin on the daily. You know what? Let's just start off on the weekly just to really check this out.
CoinsKid says there's a death cross potentially because we did, our monthly was crap apparently.
Yeah. So the death cross on the weekly. So a lot of times people get confused about like death crosses and golden crosses and things like that. I ended up putting out a video like a year ago, and I was talking about how death crosses aren't always a bad thing. Usually when we see death crosses on higher time frames, the damage is already done. And
Okay.
so, like, for example, here's the 50 moving average. And if people don't know what a death cross is, it's when the 50 moving average comes from over the top and crosses the 200 moving average to the downside. This is called the death cross. And then inversely, it's called a golden cross if the 50 moving average comes up over this 200 from the downside. Here, let's go back and look at maybe what a death cross looks like. I mean, man, will this death cross on the weekly? It's possible. It doesn't look like Bitcoin has actually had a death cross until maybe 2016 on the weekly chart. Somewhere in there, and we just don't have enough data going back to that time. But if we just look at, we'll talk about the death cross here on the daily chart in just a second. But what I like about this setup here is we got this falling wedge, and we're seeing the spinning top here. Whenever we see these spinning top style candles printing, it's a good indication that the market is getting ready to reverse. Here's a spinning top.
That's what the DXY did today on the daily.
Yeah. And so you can kind of see like these spinning tops. Once they a lot of times they represent reversals in the market. Let's go to the daily, and also actually I'm going to switch back to the weekly. And really, in my opinion, this price action is too far from this Ichimoku cloud. Really, but I do think that Bitcoin is going to run up to about 18,000, maybe somewhere in there. And here's why. So here's the daily chart. For like the last few weeks, I've been kind of talking about how Bitcoin has this opportunity to kind of pass through this area here within this Ichimoku cloud. Really nice thin structure. I'm going to go ahead here and just change this color to white. Let's see here. There we go. So what we got here is some thin parts of this Ichimoku cloud. So we do have a little bit of a start to some Elliott wave theory. So I'm hoping that on the daily, we can maybe see something like this happen to the upside. But I do think that we are going to possibly see price come right up to about this 18,000, 18.1 and test this 50 moving average. I think there's a chance that if this happens rapidly over the next few days, we'll get a nice bull flag pull. And then you could expect some sideways consolidation in like a flag or maybe a symmetrical triangle, style pattern to occur. And then I think we could see a leg up, and then we'd have a very nice Elliott wave theory ride or move to the upside. Will people dump to sell for the holidays? Probably. But if this does play out and price can maintain above this 18.5 level, well, then what's going to happen? As long as price can maintain above this Ichimoku cloud, things are technically bullish because really since last November, we've been above the Ichimoku cloud on the daily, really March, April-ish. And that's pretty much it. So once you're on top of the cloud, you can kind of see. Once you're on top of this cloud, things are bullish for the most part. And that's where I'm at right now. But I do think that there's this chance to test 18.2, maybe even move up to 19.20. We'll just have to see. But on this daily chart, we are looking at the potential of a golden cross. And once we start to see this 50 start curving like this, we'll see this pass through this 200. So that would be kind of cool.
Obi's in the chat. Bitcoin is lowest monthly RSI it has ever been, way oversold in the weekly.
Yeah, that's another thing. So I'll show you guys the RSI. So if we look at the relative strength index, there's also, if we go to the weekly, there is also a ton of falling wedges that are present right now.
I'm curious to see on the monthly a comparison of this past year weekly RSI compared to the bear market, I think, from the 2017 high before we started popping. Yeah, yep, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so I mean,
pretty similar.
Really, when we look at historical examples of the RSI, we can see that this does tend to cycle with these falling wedges, which is kind of interesting. Hold on one second here. Just scoot this one over. So we can see, bear with me one second. What happened with 2013-14? Well, prices retraced, went into the bear market. We got a falling wedge. Same thing with 2017-2018. Prices went into this falling wedge and it was off to the races. Here we are. We're seeing this falling wedge. It's definitely, it is what it is.
Wow.
I just think that there's great opportunity for crypto to maybe pull a reversal. And historically, every time price has gone under the 730-day moving average, it's been a decent time to pick up crypto. I can tell you that the next time I take profits, I'm not touching crypto again until it falls under the 730-day moving average on the weekly.
Wow.
If I got to wait a year, I'm waiting a year.
Yeah.
That's the way it is. But yeah, it's definitely interesting stuff, to say the least. I think we're almost there. I'm hoping. I hope all our bags pump. And I hope they can get this whole Voyager thing straightened out. After hearing about all this UCC stuff that's going on with them.
Oh God, did you see my tweet from last night?
No, I'm. Oh, maybe I did. Maybe that's what I
just
saw.
Calling out the Jason dude who's they've been silent. They've been literally silent. Like, what is going on? Come on. Yeah. There's lots of people. I've got a decent amount locked up, but I don't even know what's going on. We're getting bids from potential new companies, like the video I put out today, which I like, but then I don't know. There's lots of hope, but we would like an update from UCC.
Right, because what was the last invoice they handed Voyager? Do you remember?
No, it was probably millions of dollars. It's just they're Moelis and whatever.
I want to say it was like $5 million or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe somebody knows, but you think about $5 million for whatever. Maybe it was a quarter. But I could have swore it was. I saw somebody do a screenshot. It was like $5 million. I don't know if it was for a month, but what are you doing that's worth $165,000 a day?
Yeah,
to aid the situation.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. It's like, get rid of the UCC, the committee, but then that costs $100,000 during bankruptcy just for attorney fees and all that. So it's like not even worth it to scrub the UCC. It's so insane, like what's going on right now. And then it's like I don't even trust like Kirkland Ellis and Moelis, whoever is doing it because they rushed to FTX. Oh, it's the best bid. But then, oh, wow, they really did their due diligence because look what happened. So I would love to just get rid of them. But it's like, I don't know. This is absolutely insane.
They should refund all their money.
3.5 to 4 million.
Is that what it was? Okay.
Wow.
I thought it was up there. So yeah, 3.5 to 5 or to 4 mil or whatever it was. Yeah. So you're looking, so this company's pushing a build of Voyager, whatever, for 125 a day, 125K plus a day, probably. What the hell are you doing? What are your lawyers making, like $5,000 an hour?
And then they send us emails about app maintenance updates. They sent us, there was like, that happened a couple weeks ago. Oh, the Voyager app's gonna be down for like whatever. It's like, are you like, what is going on? But I don't want to. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll find out soon. Hopefully.
I hope.
All right, 6 figs.
FTX didn't get their hands on it, man.
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh, gosh, definitely. But yeah, I appreciate you coming on tonight and sharing your story at Dcentralcon. That was definitely some good insight and whatnot. And again, if anyone gets a chance to go to any of those or any local events, it's definitely awesome to network and there's good insight. Just being there in person is different than me talking to you virtually and like living through our phones on Twitter and our virtual lives or whatever. Just like in person just hits differently.
It's
so
weird. Yeah.
Definitely highly recommend it. And man, I wish I would have went down there. That would have been a blast.
Yeah, we had an extra bed, man. That would have been sick.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right, guys, don't forget to go give 6 Figs a follow on Twitter at, is it real 6 Figs or just 6 Figs? I don't even know.
It's just it's at real 6 Fig.
At real 6 Fig or Figs?
I think it's just 6 Fig.
Just search it. You guys will find it. You guys probably, if you're watching right now, you probably already follow him. Yeah. Obi, definitely love a good meetup, man. We need that'd be cool if we did like a Signal group meetup. I'm in one of the groups with him, and there's a lot of good people, a lot of Voyager people and whatnot. But we've got like family and stuff. It's a great group of people. But
you should do it
one of these days, man. We just all got to meet up, I think, and just shoot the shit. It'll be good. Yeah. So,
100%.
All right, guys, that's gonna do it. I'm still wired right now. You probably got to work or do whatever tomorrow, but
yeah, we got a bunch of stuff to do. Yeah, no, thanks for having me. Hope everyone has a wonderful night as well. We'll see you guys all next time.
All right, talk to you guys later. Crypto Airborne out.